Back in the old times of Hollywood, there was a famous actress named Greta Garbo, whose private life was a big secret because of how society was back then. In those days, there were very strict rules about what was allowed in movies and personal lives, called the Hays Code. This code made many people hide who they really were. Do you think Hollywood is better now at giving stars more freedom with their personal lives than it was back in the golden age? Marlene Dietrich was a big star in old Hollywood, famous for her unique look that mixed male and female styles. People talked a lot about her possibly having a relationship with Greta Garbo, another big actress. They were both famous and beautiful, and stories say they might have been more than just friends. The rumors were kept quiet because back then, you couldn't be open about such things. Hollywood studios and Dietrich herself were very careful about what people knew. She played roles that mixed tough and soft, which was her way of being different while still fitting into Hollywood's world. She wore men's clothes in films and even kissed another woman in one movie, which was rare and bold. Later in her life, Dietrich didn't hide that she liked both men and women. This openness changed how people saw her, making her a symbol for those who didn't fit into simple boxes of male or female. Today, people remember her not just for her acting, but for how she broke the rules about who you could love or how you could look in Hollywood. Greta Garbo was a huge star in Hollywood, known for her mysterious charm. She was often whispered about for having relationships with women, but she kept her personal life very private. Garbo was famous for not giving much away about herself, which helped her avoid questions about her love life. She was always very quiet about her private affairs, and this quietness was like a shield that kept people from digging too deep. Instead of dealing with gossip, she chose to live a life away from the public eye after her career. Now, people still talk about Garbo with a mix of respect for her privacy and curiosity about what she might have hidden. Her choice to stay out of the spotlight has made her even more legendary, showing that sometimes what people don't know can make a star's image even more fascinating. Katharine Hepburn was a big name in Hollywood, known for her strong roles and her tomboy style. She was said to be part of a group called the Sewing Circle, where women like Laura Harding and others were rumored to have romantic relationships with each other. Her choice to dress and act in ways that were more associated with boys at the time helped to hide her true personal interests from the public. It was a smart move because it let her focus on her career without the gossip about her private life getting too loud. Hepburn's legacy is all about her independence and how long her career lasted. She didn't care much about what people thought she should be like. She just kept being herself and acting in amazing movies. Today, she's remembered not just as a great actress, but as a symbol of freedom and strength in how she lived her life. Joan Crawford was a big Hollywood star, known for her dramatic roles and fierce personality. There were whispers about her having relationships with other actresses, like Marilyn Monroe. These rumors were never confirmed, but they were part of her story. She got married several times, and some people thought she did this to keep up a good image in front of the public, to show she was like everyone else. Back then, showing any signs of being different could hurt your career. Even now, people are still really interested in Joan Crawford. They talk about her movies, her marriages, and all the rumors about her personal life. She's remembered as a complex figure, both for her work in films and the mysteries surrounding who she loved or what she was like in private. Talullah Bankhead had a huge personality in Hollywood, famous for living life in a very loud, colorful way. There were rumors about her having romantic relationships with women, and she didn't always hide her feelings or actions, which could have been scandalous back then. Despite this, or maybe because of it, people loved her. Her bold way of living and speaking her mind is what people remember about her today. Barbara Stanwyck was another star whose personal life was the subject of gossip. Her marriage to Robert Taylor was thought by some to be a lavender marriage, meaning it was just for show to keep up appearances. Stanwyck kept her private life very quiet, which helped her keep her career strong. She focused on her work, and that's what she's most known for now, her acting, not her personal life. Agnes Moorehead was best known for playing Endora on the TV show Bewitched. There were rumors that she might have had relationships with other women during that time. However, she kept her personal life very private, letting her work speak for itself. Her career was all about her acting skills, and she was respected for how good she was at her job, not for who she might have loved. Even after she passed away, people have respected her choice to keep her private life, well, private. Her legacy is one of talent and professionalism, not gossip about her personal relationships. Lizabeth Scott became well known for her roles in film noir, but her career was affected by rumors that she was homosexual. These whispers caused some trouble for her reputation. She didn't just sit back though. She took action by suing a tabloid that spread these rumors, showing she was not going to let false stories define her. This lawsuit helped to clear some of the gossip surrounding her. Today, people talk more about her contributions to film noir than the rumors from back then. Her movies are what she's remembered for, celebrating her as an actress rather than focusing on her private life. Merle Oberon was an actress celebrated for her exotic beauty and the air of mystery she carried. She was married several times to men, but there were also rumors that she had romantic relationships with women. These whispers were part of Hollywood gossip. But Oberon managed to keep her personal life under wraps, focusing instead on her career. Her allure was not just her looks, it was also the mystery of her background. She was actually of mixed-race heritage, which she hid because of the racism in Hollywood at the time. This was a bigger secret than any rumors about her sexuality. Oberon went to great lengths to maintain the image of being of European descent, even altering her appearance and history. Her career was built on this image of exotic beauty, but today, people also remember her for her efforts to conceal her true origins, which were more significant to her public persona than speculations about her private relationships. Louise Brooks was known for her bold attitude and unique look, with short hair and a free spirit that extended possibly to her sexuality. She was different from other actresses of her time, and this rebelliousness was part of her charm but also her challenge. Her career in Hollywood didn't last long. She was seen as too unconventional for the strict American film industry. However, when she moved to Europe, she found a place where her personality and style were more appreciated, allowing her to continue her work in films. Later in life, Brooks wrote an autobiography where she was very open about her life, including her sexual adventures and relationships. This honesty has made her a celebrated figure today, not just for her acting, but for her candidness about her personal experiences during a time when such openness was rare. Cary Grant was a legendary actor known for his charm and sophistication. His friendship with actor Randolph Scott was very close, and they even lived together, which led to a lot of talk about their relationship. This was during a time when such friendships could make people suspicious. To keep up appearances, Grant married several times, which many thought was his way of showing he was straight. These marriages were often seen as more about image than love, given how they ended. Even now, people are fascinated by Grant not just for his films, but for the mystery of his personal life. His ability to charm everyone while keeping parts of himself hidden adds to his enduring appeal, making him a timeless figure in Hollywood history. Rock Hudson was a major star known for his good looks and charm. His marriage to Phyllis Gates was often thought to be a way to hide his true sexual orientation. This was during a time when being openly gay in Hollywood could end careers. It wasn't until he was diagnosed with AIDS that the truth about his sexuality came to light. This revelation was a shock to many, but it also made him an unexpected figure in the fight against AIDS. After his diagnosis, Hudson became one of the faces of AIDS awareness, helping to change how the disease was perceived and discussed. His legacy now includes not only his contributions to cinema, but also his impact on public health awareness and advocacy for those with AIDS. William Haynes was one of the few actors in Hollywood who was openly gay during his time, which was quite brave given the era's attitudes. However, his openness led to his forced retirement from acting because studios couldn't accept his lifestyle. After leaving acting, Haynes found success as an interior designer, even becoming known as one of the best in the business. He decorated homes for many Hollywood stars, showing his talent in a new way. His story is a clear example of how intolerant the film industry was back then towards anyone who didn't fit the mold. Today, Haynes is remembered both for his acting and for his resilience in building a new career after Hollywood turned its back on him because of who he loved. Sally Rand was famous for her fan dance, where she used large ostrich feather fans to dance, creating an illusion of nudity. There were whispers about her possibly having romantic relationships with women, reflecting her adventurous spirit. Her work in vaudeville, rather than in the more controlled environment of Hollywood films, gave her more freedom to express herself both in her performances and personal life. Vaudeville was less about maintaining a certain image and more about entertaining. Today, Sally Rand is mostly remembered for her flamboyant performances and her fearless approach to her art. Her legacy is one of showmanship, where her personal life, including any romantic rumors, adds to the colorful picture of her as an entertainer who lived life on her own terms. Alla Nazimova was a big star in silent films, but is also famous for her social life. She owned a place called the Garden of Allah, which was like a safe haven for the queer community in Hollywood. It was a place where people could be themselves away from the public eye. Her career moved from acting to behind the scenes, where she became a producer. This shift allowed her to continue influencing the film industry in a different way. The Garden of Allah became legendary, part of Hollywood lore as a spot where creativity, art, and alternative lifestyles mingled. Nazimova's contribution to the culture of Hollywood, both through her work and her home, has made her remembered not just for her acting, but for her role in creating a space where many could express themselves freely. Janet Gaynor was a beloved actress, famous for her sweet and innocent roles in early Hollywood. There were rumors that she was part of the Sewing Circle, a group of actresses including Katharine Hepburn, where women were said to have romantic relationships with each other. While she had a very wholesome image in public, her private life was speculated to be quite different. This contrast between her screen persona and whispered personal life added layers to how she was perceived. Gaynor is well remembered for her contributions to cinema, especially in the transition from silent films to talkies. She won the first Best Actress Oscar, highlighting her significant impact on the budding film industry, beyond any gossip about her private life. Lillian Gish was an actress from the very beginning of cinema, known for her roles in silent films. Her deep friendship with Mary Pickford led to rumors about more than just friendship between them. Gish, however, kept her personal life very private, choosing to let her work speak for her. She concentrated on her acting, becoming known for her intense dedication to her roles, especially in silent films. Today, Gish is celebrated for her commitment to silent cinema, her influence on acting techniques, and her role in shaping the early film industry. Her private life remains a mystery to many, overshadowed by her significant contributions to film. Mary Pickford was one of the biggest stars of silent films, and with her marriage to Douglas Fairbanks, they were known as Hollywood's golden couple. However, behind this glamorous public image, there were whispers of her having affairs with women. While her personal life was the subject of much speculation, Pickford's impact on the film industry was undeniable. She was not just an actress but a pioneer in film production, co-founding United Artists, which gave artists more control over their work. Her legacy is not just about the roles she played, but also about her contributions to how movies were made and distributed, showing her as a formidable businesswoman in an industry dominated by men. Myrna Loy, often referred to as the perfect wife due to her portrayal of witty, sophisticated women, became one of Hollywood's most beloved stars. Her role as Nora Charles in the Thin Man series, alongside William Powell, solidified her legacy as the quintessential embodiment of charm, wit, and elegance. Loy's career spanned from the silent era to the golden age of film, where she effortlessly transitioned from sultry vamp roles to the beloved leading lady known for her comedic timing and strong, intelligent presence. However, behind the scenes, Loy's personal life became a subject of whispers and speculation. As with many female stars of her era, the media and public were obsessed with every detail of her romantic life, friendships, and political views. Loy was married 4 times, but none of her unions lasted, fueling curiosity and false narratives about her personal relationships. Despite the pressures of stardom and societal expectations, Loy always maintained an air of poise, often brushing off the gossip with class and humor. What truly set Loy apart was her determination to protect her private life while advocating for causes she deeply believed in. Unlike many of her contemporaries who shied away from controversy, Loy was outspoken about her beliefs. She was a fierce critic of racial prejudice in Hollywood, calling out studios for their lack of diversity and harmful stereotypes in film. During World War II, she worked with the Red Cross and devoted herself to supporting American troops. She later became a delegate to UNESCO and worked closely with the U.S. government to promote education and cultural preservation around the world. Rumors about Loy's personal life, including whispered relationships and her fiercely independent nature, often circulated within Hollywood's elite circles. Some speculated about her friendships with prominent women of influence, interpreting her closeness as something more due to the era's obsession with moral policing. Loy, however, never publicly addressed such rumors, choosing instead to focus on her career and activism. In the mid-20th century, society still imposed rigid gender roles, and Loy's independence was both admired and misunderstood. Despite this, she was respected by her peers and adored by fans for her commitment to portraying multi-dimensional women on screen. She famously stated that she refused to play characters who perpetuated stereotypes or minimized the strength of women, a stance that made her a progressive figure in the male-dominated industry. By the time she retired from acting, Loy had left behind an indelible mark, not just as an actress, but as an advocate for social change and dignity. Her portrayal of Nora Charles continues to be celebrated for its blend of humor, intelligence, and warmth, overshadowing any rumors about her personal life. Loy's legacy stands as a testament to her resilience and grace, reminding audiences that true strength often lies in the refusal to let gossip define one's narrative. Today, Myrna Loy is remembered as an icon who balanced stardom with a commitment to making a difference. Her contributions to film, humanitarian work, and her refusal to be boxed in by societal expectations remain an inspiration for generations. Hattie McDaniel's life and career remain a powerful yet complex symbol of triumph, resilience, and the limitations placed on Black actors in Hollywood's golden age. Best known for her groundbreaking performance as Mammy in Gone with the Wind, 1939, McDaniel became the first African American to win an Academy Award. Her acceptance speech was gracious and heartfelt, but she was acutely aware of the segregation and discrimination that still defined her reality. She was even required to sit at a segregated table during the Oscar ceremony. McDaniel's victory was not without controversy. While many in the Black community applauded her success as a win for representation, others criticized her for accepting stereotypical roles that reinforced racist depictions of Black women. McDaniel often responded to these critiques by highlighting the limited opportunities available in Hollywood and her efforts to bring dignity and humanity to the characters she portrayed. Despite playing over 70 domestic worker roles, she famously stated, "I'd rather play a maid than be one," reflecting the harsh career constraints of the time. Beyond her professional life, McDaniel's personal life was subject to intense scrutiny, with speculation surrounding her private relationships. Though she was married 4 times to men, rumors circulated in elite social circles that McDaniel may have had close romantic connections with women. Speculation fueled in part by her tight-knit friendships with women in the entertainment industry and her reputation for breaking social norms. However, McDaniel never addressed these rumors publicly, instead maintaining a focus on her career and community advocacy. Despite her fame, McDaniel faced immense hardships. She was barred from attending the Atlanta premiere of Gone with the Wind due to segregation laws, and she faced significant backlash from white Hollywood and Black activists alike. After her Oscar win, she found herself typecast in subservient roles, unable to access the broader range of characters offered to her white contemporaries. Her efforts to create opportunities for Black performers extended beyond the screen. She was a founding member of the Negro Actors Guild of America and used her platform to advocate for equality within the entertainment industry. Tragically, McDaniel's later years were marred by financial struggles and health issues. In 1952, she passed away from breast cancer at the age of 59. Her final wish to be buried at Hollywood Forever Cemetery was denied due to racial segregation policies, though a memorial marker honoring her was placed there decades later. Hattie McDaniel's legacy is layered with both celebration and critique. She broke barriers and paved the way for future generations of Black actors, Yet her career reflects the systemic racism and limited roles available to performers of color during Hollywood's early years. Her Oscar win was a historic milestone, but it also highlighted the paradox of success in an industry that perpetuated exclusion. Today, McDaniel is remembered not only as a trailblazer, but also as a woman who navigated fame, adversity, and cultural expectations with remarkable strength and grace. The lives of old Hollywood stars were a complex tapestry of glamour, ambition, and deeply guarded secrets, often shaped by the unrelenting scrutiny of an industry obsessed with image. For many LGBTQ+ actors, the harsh realities of societal prejudice meant navigating dual identities, one for the public and one for their private selves. These stars lived under the constant pressure of hiding their true relationships and desires to preserve their careers in an era when even the whisper of nonconformity could lead to exile from the silver screen. Figures such as Hattie McDaniel, Myrna Loy, and others not only broke barriers but also faced immense personal costs, living their lives in a society that was not ready to accept them as they were. Hattie McDaniel, for instance, remains an icon for her historic Oscar win and her resilience in the face of systemic racism. Yet the complexities of her career reveal the sacrifices she made to maintain her place in Hollywood. She carried the weight of both triumph and critique, knowing that each step she took was both groundbreaking and fraught with limitations. Rumors about her personal life, including possible same-sex relationships, added another layer to her narrative, highlighting the persistent scrutiny placed on Black women in entertainment. Similarly, Myrna Loy exemplified sophistication and grace on screen, but was no stranger to the whispered speculations of the Hollywood elite. Loy's choice to remain private in an industry where stars' personal lives were public domain underscores the lengths to which actors had to go to protect their image. Her friendships, particularly with other powerful women in the industry, fueled the rumor mill. Yet she never felt the need to publicly deny or confirm anything. This silent dignity speaks to the emotional fortitude it took to endure the cultural and societal pressures of the time. For LGBTQ+ stars like Rock Hudson, who were celebrated for their romantic on-screen personas, the contrast between public adoration and private concealment was even starker. Hudson's battle with AIDS and his eventual coming out near the end of his life served as a watershed moment for both Hollywood and the broader cultural understanding of queer identities. His story, along with those of many others, demonstrates the profound bravery it took to navigate an industry that actively enforced homogeneity while profiting from the diverse talent of those it sought to suppress. The personal cost of fame for these stars was immense. Many carried the weight of isolation, forced to suppress their authentic selves in exchange for professional survival. This duality was often emotionally devastating, leading some to struggle with substance abuse, depression, or an early withdrawal from the public eye. For instance, stars like Barbara Stanwyck and James Dean, whose rumored same-sex relationships were heavily speculated upon, never publicly confirmed their identities, yet their private lives were dissected in tabloids and biographies long after their deaths. This highlights not only the intense fascination society has with celebrity secrets, but also the damage inflicted by such relentless probing. At the same time, these stories reveal the slow but significant evolution of Hollywood's attitudes toward sexuality and representation. Today, the entertainment industry is much more inclusive, with openly LGBTQ+ actors leading major franchises and publicly celebrating their identities without fear of career-ending backlash. However, this progress owes much to the sacrifices made by the stars of old Hollywood. Their resilience, despite the immense pressures they faced, helped pave the way for a new era of acceptance and authenticity. Each whispered story, each guarded secret, added momentum to the eventual shift toward visibility and representation. Hollywood's history of secrecy, censorship, and coded narratives also shaped public perception of fame itself. The perfect stars of the Golden Age were portrayed as flawless icons, free from the complexities of real life. This veneer of perfection was carefully curated, often hiding the struggles, heartbreaks, and resilience of those who played their parts both on and off screen. By exposing the hidden truths of these stars, we gain a deeper understanding of the human cost behind the glamour, and a more nuanced perspective on the cultural machinery that creates and consumes celebrity personas. Furthermore, The legacy of these stories invites us to reflect on how far society has come and how far it still has to go in embracing diversity and challenging outdated norms. While today's celebrities can be more open about their personal lives, the echoes of old Hollywood's stringent moral standards still linger. Cancel culture, invasive paparazzi, and the 24/7 social media cycle have created new forms of scrutiny that continue to shape how celebrities present themselves to the world. These stories also challenge us to rethink our relationship with celebrity culture. Instead of treating stars as mythic figures or sources of entertainment gossip, we should view them as complex individuals whose lives are shaped by immense public pressures. By acknowledging their struggles and celebrating their triumphs, we can foster a more empathetic understanding of what it means to live in the public eye. The untold stories of old Hollywood's LGBT+ figures serve as a reminder of the importance of authenticity, representation, and resilience. Their legacies extend beyond the silver screen, inspiring generations to embrace their true selves despite societal expectations. The courage it took for these stars to navigate their dual realities, and in some cases, subtly defy norms, cannot be overstated. Whether by living openly within their private circles, using their platform to challenge injustice, or simply enduring in an unforgiving industry, they contributed to the slow but inevitable march toward progress. As we reflect on the past, we should also celebrate the strides that have been made toward inclusivity in modern entertainment. While challenges remain, the visibility of diverse voices and identities is stronger today because of the barriers broken by stars who, despite fear and adversity, found ways to shine. Their stories continue to resonate because they remind us that behind every public persona is a human being longing for acceptance, connection, and the freedom to be themselves. Ultimately, the hidden lives of old Hollywood stars reveal not only the personal cost of fame, but also the power of resilience in the face of systemic prejudice. By understanding their stories, we can better appreciate the significance of representation in media and the importance of creating a culture where authenticity is celebrated rather than suppressed. Readers are encouraged to reflect on how these narratives shape our understanding of celebrity culture today and to consider the broader implications of visibility, acceptance, and respect in the ongoing fight for equality.